Okay, we're recording.
Hi, this is Rodney McGee again. This time I'm going after Judge Burns and Judge Porter. And what I'm going to present to you this time in these allegations are, first I'm going to go with Judge Porter. I did a malicious prosecution on where Kimberly Campanelli on October the 3rd had me arrested for domestic violence. And she did a sworn statement to that effect. She did a sworn statement to that effect that I'm committing stalking, previously threatened, harassed, stalked, cyber-stalked, or physically abused petitioner, threatened to harm the petitioner or family members or individuals closely associated. And I'm a criminal with history involving violence or threat of violence. Alright, now she made this affidavit on court stamp says September 30th, 2016. Alright, now I went to sue her for malicious prosecution, and when I did so, she came up with another sworn statement to the civil rights judge on paragraph 3, where she says, I have never had a relationship with the plaintiff, nor have I had any conversation with him prior to his lawsuit and attacks on me. The lawsuit was filed on 11/14/2016. That's almost 60 days after her first petition. The courts also let Jeff Rapkin say, her attorney, that one of the evidence was not presented in the case. And so he ordered another injunction that was granted, but that's being dismissed in the 2nd District Court 2D17-1028 because in fact they did use that evidence in the very first case, which is against due process of law. They opened another case with the very same evidence because this case was closed. That's why I sued her. Now, Judge Porter is saying, is not saying she's waiting to make judgment on this because she's trying to help Kimberly Campanelli and Jeff Rapkin, even though they know that I have busted them to the T. It was malicious prosecution. I proved the 6 elements of malicious prosecution. I gave exhibits. All of these are exhibits, and I got exhibits A through L that shows malicious prosecution. But yet the courts are frowning against giving me a trial date for the civil action suit. Alright, now, and Danny Partlow versus Jerry R. Rodriguez says flat out, and hold on, let me recite some case law too. And Florida State Statutes 741-282, 741-30E says flat out that the only way the courts can file a domestic violence injunction, temporary or permanent, is if you're a family or a household member, meaning spouse, former spouse, persons related by blood or marriage, persons who are presently residing together as a family or who have resided together in the past, as if a family, and persons who have had a child in common regardless of whether they have been married or not. Alright? And Kimberly Campanelli made a sworn statement that we are total strangers. We've never had nothing to do with each other. But she filed false statements to the courts to have me arrested, and the courts allowed it, violating the law, knowing that we were total strangers. The state's attorney prosecuted knowing that we were total strangers, and Sheriff PRUMMELL falsely arrested me knowing that we were total strangers. This is a violation of my civil rights.
Correct.
And they're refusing, or they're maybe refusing to let me sue. They should have had an order already granting me a trial for my malicious prosecution and lawsuit against Kimberly Campanelli. But they are, in my opinion, are trying to protect Kimberly Campanelli and Jeffrey Rapkin, her attorney, even though I have proof of all this. And I have proof that Mr. Rapkin lied, trying to present same evidence in a new case to get what they wanted, which the 2nd D is overturning that. It's going in front of the 2nd D in October to be overturned because I did my initial brief. The 2nd D ordered them 3 times to file their answer, and they refused to do so because they knew that they did not enter new evidence. And the case number to that, again, is 2nd D 17-1028, if anybody wants to look it up. Furthermore, I have 3 times moved for a 3850 post-conviction relief with Judge Burns to get this issue dropped because, in fact, new evidence shows that she lied, and we were not related. We were not blood relation. We did not have a kid. We did not live together. As a matter of fact, she says we're total strangers prior to me filing the lawsuit, and this is correct. So for them to refuse me a 3850 to rescind and dismiss my criminal charges are against my constitutional right. I have proof that she fraudulently entered 2 sworn statements that contradict each other. So therefore, I should be able to grant a 3850 motion to set aside judgment. And I'm being refused to do so by the courts. They're keeping me on probation. They're charging me money. They arrested me illegally. They imprisoned me illegally. And they know they did so. And there's proof to the fact that they did so. And there's proof to the fact that Jeff Rapkin lied in open court to the judge. An attorney, a Florida bar attorney. Civil rights are being violated, and the judges are doing whatever they want to do. This is against humanity, if you ask me. Thank you, and have a good day.
Okay, go.
And I also like to bring up to post that Dr. Herkiewicz, my neurologist, has gave me a no work order. It says 0 lifting, 0 pushing, 0 pulling, 0 bending. Standing or sitting a half hour, standing a half hour, driving 1 hour. But yet, Judge Burns refuses to release me from community hour services, knowing that my doctor said I cannot. And I filed a motion with Judge Burns to have the community hour services put into judgment, meaning that I can pay for it later on in life when I have the money. But he refuses to do so, endangering my health and disobeying my doctor's orders, putting me in further health issues. Thank you.
Hey, Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before,
Sheriff's getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.